Good morning, fellow Star Trek fans. I'd like to welcome you to another little exciting video about our favorite subject, Star Trek. Before I begin, I'd like to give a shout out to all my new friends that I've met along the way, my fellow Trekkies, Trekkers, Star Trek fans, whatever you like to be called, and fellow model builders. I've met a lot of interesting people, and in regards to Star Trek, especially the Build the Enterprise from Eaglemoss. And that takes us to the content of this video. I'd like to introduce you guys to the contents, what's going to be build number 5. You can see from Eaglemoss, this is shipment number 5 in the build series. And this shipment, we're going to start with stage 15, and we're going to have parts pack 15, 16, 17, and 18. So without further ado, let's take it over to the desk and I'll show you guys what you get with this. All right, guys, this is going to be really fun. We got some more frame, and we got some more of the outer part of the ship, or the skin. So this is going to be for shipment number 5. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you, like I usually do, I'm going to show you what it comes with. I'll show you the parts pack. This is 15. You can see everything that's on the back. And we have a couple more bracings for the primary hull. There's 2 of those. And check it out. We actually have the frame for the saucer pylon, or the neck. You can see the battle bridge is going to go right there. And we'll open all these up and take everything out and show it to you, but I just want to give you a general idea right now of what you get. That's parts pack number 15. Here's number 16. And it looks like we have what appears to be Shuttle Bay Doors. 2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken. And we got another section of the primary hull. So that's pretty nice. That's parts pack 16. And parts pack number 17. One of the people that watched the last video, or the couple of videos ago, I had thought that this was the captain's yacht because, well, to me it looked like it. And then it made sense. Why would they put the captain's yacht in parts pack number 17? So that's actually the battle bridge. And you can see the battle bridge is going to go on that. And you can see there are magnets on that section. And we have another part of the, looks like the bracing. I'm not sure if that's for the primary hull or for the secondary hull. And there's this part. I'm not sure what that is yet. We'll see it when we look at the instructions. And we got another pie piece for the primary hull. Now, I think this is actually going to be the last piece that's going to do the top, to complete the top part. And that's parts pack number 17. And lastly, where do you guys see this? So we have parts pack number 18. And we have more windows. So we have the dark windows and we have the light windows. And you can see there's screws in there as well. We also have more electronics. You can see the lights. There's 2 sets of 4 lights in there. And check this out. We have the part that's going to go on the frame. I want that to focus for you. Again, I'm going to take everything out and really show it to you up close, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what's coming up, like a little preview. You can see we got another section, what I think is going to be the primary hull, but I'm not sure. And we have the reflected backings. Okay, so we're going to get through all of these parts packs. Those are the parts packs that are included in shipment number 5. So what I want to do now is I want to show you guys the shipment number 5 magazine. We'll have this. We'll have the little goodies from Star Trek The Next Generation, as well as we got the parts list and we have the build instructions. So I'll give you a quick little view of this issue, what's going to be included and covered. And then we move on to the stage 15 parts list. And I had shown you got the 2 sets of the braces and you have the frame for the saucer pylon. And you've got 8 screws. And parts pack 16, pie wedge. There's not a lot in this one, and you've got the Shuttle Bay Doors, and you've got the screws. Stage 17, or parts pack 17, you've got what appears to be the last of the upper level for the primary hull, but we'll see. And we have the battle bridge. We've got the bracket and some screws. And in parts pack 18 or stage 18, you can see the primary hull skin. And then we have that beautiful piece that goes on the saucer section where the battle section or the battle bridge is going to be. And that'll bring us to the assembly parts. So going to stage 15, placing the penultimate upper saucer supports readies the structure to form a complete ring shape in the following stages. So that does complete the upper saucer section, or the top part of the primary hull. Again, the key, it's good to know, the red is used for screws, directions, arrows, and connection points. The yellow is for the new parts. The gray shows what was assembled so far, and the blue shows the illuminated parts. So step A, we're putting in that larger piece. You go down. Again, the thinner one is towards the outer edge. And we do that for both sides. Stage 16 assembly. 2 different size shuttle bays are the distinctive feature of the Enterprise D's battle section. They fit both sets of shuttle bay doors here and continue to develop the saucer skeleton. You can see the parts of the ship that are going to be used or affected. And we're moving towards completion of the top part, part A, or step A. I don't know why I keep saying part. Step B, it looks like we're putting in the shuttle bay doors, but let's see, this is retrieve your battle section, identify the cables, make sure they're not near the windows. And step B, you can see the put in one of the shuttle bay doors with BP screws. That's part 16C and 16B, and a BP screw is used to secure that into place. And that'll just about, think about it, that should complete the back of the saucer pylon. Now we go to stage 17. As the upper saucer skeleton completes its loop, the second of the ship's 2 bridge modules slots into place on deck 8. You can see, here we go, what I mistakenly thought was the captain's yacht. The battle bridge, part 17D, has 3 pins in it underside. Use it to push into place on the top of deck 8 base piece. Pull this assembly to one side until later. So moving on to step B, look at that. We've got the completion. Well, not yet. That'll be, the ring will be complete and it'll be touching. And then when you move on to the second part of the step, you can see the insertion of the bracket to make it more secure and fully bring it to a close. And you can see instead of one of the thinner ones, it's a real thin one, and I think that's plastic, but I'm not sure. And that's held together with 4 BM screws. So now we move on to stage 18 assembly. You see the area of the ship affected. Now the upper skeleton is complete. you can begin to assemble the light-up deck panels that will gradually encase it. And this is where you really start to get excited. Moving on to step A, where we got more of the windows, and you can see the pattern. I like to follow the pattern because this is what was viewed on screen. So I want my model to be screen accurate, although you can put them in any way you want. It'd be kind of cool if there was enough to put them in Morse code and put like the Star Trek characters or the actors. I was thinking of that. Moving on to step B, we have you can see the backs, the reflective backing, where you put the inner screws into place first, and then you put the outer screws after you put in the light bulbs. And you can test them with the power pack. I love testing this stuff. I think it's fun. And that's everything for the assemblies. And then we move into one of my favorite parts, is the episodes. And we get a little bit of goodies behind the episodes. This is data lore. This is episode 1.13, and it premiered January 18th, 1988. In a well-hidden lab in his home planet, Data discovers that he is not the only one of his kind, but his newfound android brother, Lore, is in a league with the entity that destroyed their colony. I don't know about you guys, but I love Lore. I think Lore has a much better sense of humor. I do love Data. I love Data and I love Lore. But that's the entity that they were talking about. As beautiful as it is, it's very destructive. And it was computer generated. Moving on to the other page. Brent Spiner is Lore, and one of his doubles is Data. Or is it a double as Lore and Brent Spiner as Data? Who knows? They did a pretty good job. Next page, the casting for Deanna Troi. Let's see. As with Riker, the concept for Troi originated with the unmade 1977 Star Trek II TV series, which Commander Will Decker was to be the bridge officer. And remember, that was Star Trek the Motion Picture. It turned into Star Trek the Motion Picture. The idea was considered worthy of revisiting it in Star Trek The Next Generation. You can see Deanna Troi. And it looks like, let's see, what is this? Illustrator Rick Sternbach. Design notes of the fabrication of android parts found in Dr. Soon's lab make clear that the prop should be capable of assembly, but are meant to look unfinished. And that was pretty cool. And we got a nice illustration right here. Andy Probert's design for Dr. Soon's laboratory is packed with detail, right down to the colony children's drawings of the crystalline entity at the far right of the image. You guys can see it right there. Excuse me. On the bottom, we got Mr. Data's bed. Andy Probert concepts for Data's quarters and the Enterprise first seen in this episode include a bed that enabled him to re-energize like a giant rechargeable battery. And as we know, Mr. Data doesn't require sleep. Now, 7 of 9 has a regenerating station, but she's not an android. Moving on to another popular episode, Angel 1. This episode is 1.14 and premiered January 25th of 1988. While searching for survivors with a missing freighter, Riker is drawn into the politics of a world where men are treated as second-class citizens. You can see one of the people on the planet. I'm trying to remember the planet, but it's not coming to mind. Interestingly, this person also played Data's child, Lal. That's before that the android was able to choose his gender, and he identified as a female. And we got a nice depiction. Sid Dutton's Angel 1 matte painting, later depicted Starbase 515, Malcor 3, Calistron 4, and Bonilla. That's a really nice picture. It's pretty cool. Oh, this one. Let's see. This one is 11001001. Episode 1.15, which premiered February 1st, 1988. In a desperate bid to save their people from catastrophe, the mysterious Bynars lure Riker into the holodeck fantasy and steal the USS Enterprise. You guys remember, this is when they were all kind of bunched together when they retook the ship. And we were introduced to Minuet, the holodeck. Later, it would be Minuet that would prove to be where Riker would know that he was either in a mind-controlling device or mind being probed, where they had given him memories of his dead wife, and his wife's name was Minuet, and that's when he knew that he wasn't in reality. Going to this, Andrew Probert's early ideas for the Bynars show a robotic species inspired in part by Fritz Lang's Metamorphosis of 1927. Excuse me, Metropolis, 1927. You can see this depiction, dated November 11th, 1987. This piece of concept art by Andrew Probert shows the Bynars with asymmetrical brains that have grown in the direction of their equal and opposite number. So that's got a creep factor to it. Okay. And we got another illustration. Looks like a star base. And then the bottom, Andrew Probert's initial concept for the station, the space station, where the Enterprise was docked. And there's a beautiful, beautiful picture of the Enterprise when she's in space dock. Andrew Probert's matte painting for 11001001 shows the Enterprise docked inside at vast Starbase 74. I love that shot. And we see the casting for Natasha Yar. You know, it's amazing because now I automatically think of Mr. Worf as head of security, and I just don't forget, guys, at the beginning, it was Tasha Yar that was the security officer. Sadly, she was killed for the amusement of that. You guys remember that oil creature that was all the negative energy that was on a planet that had the Shuttle Bay, the shuttle craft that had landed, and Deanna Troi was inside trapped. But that's where Tasha Yar died. We later see Tasha Yar in yesterday's Enterprise. And come to find out there's Romulan descendants of her. But that's a whole new storyline. That's probably a whole nother video on its own. And we have the episode Too Short a Season. Episode 1.16. February 8th, 1988 was its premiere. En route to resolve a hostage crisis, a Starfleet admiral grows younger by the minute. What is his secret? And what else is keeping him from Captain Picard? What else is he keeping from Captain Picard? And then we have Michael Pataki, Karnas, who also played Klingon warrior Korax in the classic original series The Trouble with Tribbles. You know, I think he was on, guys, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but he looks like I remember him from Battlestar Galactica. The real Battlestar Galactica, the one from the 80s. I'm not sure. Moving over to the next page, I love the models. Mark Okuda and Rick Steinbach survey the surface of Mordon 5, including its upturned walk building. That's pretty cool. I like when they show the models, whether it's ships or planets, or I think the filming models look so much better than the CGI. It just, to me, it looks, the CGI to me looks like a cartoon. When the Bow Breaks. This is episode 1.17, and it premiered February 15th of 1988. When the powerful but apparently doomed people of Aldea abduct a group of children from the Enterprise, Wesley steps up to lead them until they can return home. And we got a concept, Andrew Probert's concept for the Aldean ship, described in the initial outline as transforming into a deadly shark. We have another illustration. Musical instruments seen in the episode include a Vulcan harp and this colorful device designed by Andy Probert. I love that harp kind of device that Mr. Spock plays, especially in A Way to Eden when he was jamming out with those what perceived as hippies. Next is Home Soil. This is episode 1.18, and this premiered February 22nd of 1988. The discovery of an unknown life form on Valara 3 threatens a terraforming project and then the Enterprise itself. Walter Gottel is director Mondai. The actor is best known for appearing in 7 James Bond movies between 1963 and 1987. And we got another illustration. The front of the Sphinx shuttle juts out of the parking garage in Andrew Probert's rejected matte painting. And we got one of my favorite characters, Geordi LaForge. In later years, LaForge would become the Enterprise D's chief engineer, but in the Next Generation first season, the writer's guide, he's a junior grade away mission regular who is closely involved with the Starship School for Children. Named after George LaForge, a longtime Trek fan who lived a muscular dystrophy until his death in 1975, the character was always envisioned with a disability. Roddenberry settled on blindness from a list of possibly drawn up disabilities by story editor David Gerrold. Gerrold also proposed that LaForge should be played by a black actor, and Root star LeVar Burton won out on this list of contenders, including Tim Russ, later Tuvok, and Star Trek Voyager. And that's a whole nother video on my part, because I think Tuvok should have been first officer. I'm not a big Chakotay fan, but that's how Geordi LaForge, his character, was made. This one was cool. I think that's Mordok, but I'm probably wrong. This is Coming of Age, episode 1.19, March 14th, 1988. As Wesley Crusher sits in the Starfleet entrance exam, the rest of the crew comes under pressure from a sweeping misconduct inquiry. Shuttlecraft concept sketches by Andrew Probert show a markedly smaller interior than seen in later designs. Yeah, that is a lot smaller. Single person, more like those little pods that were in Star Trek The Motion Picture. Let's see, this is another interesting illustration by Probert. Later identified as a Type 7 shuttlecraft, appeared in later episodes in a revised form. And is that it? That seems to be it. So that's it for the magazine. So that was the parts list, the build, and the little goodies from Star Trek The Next Generation. So let's go ahead and get into those wonderful parts packs. So we're going to start with parts pack number 15. When you see this, all the goodies that are in this one. All right, let's cut it open. think I need some new scissors. Oh man, check that out, guys. Let's get this out, and this is metal. That is so cool. You can see where the Shuttle Bay Doors are going to go, the impulse engine, and the battle bridge. That is so cool. That's a really big piece too. It shows you guys, let me show you guys something. It's going to show you guys the magnitude of the size of this kit. So this is the primary hull so far, and I'm not sure if it's going to go like that. But this thing is, look, it doesn't even fit in the, in the shot. All right. That's enough playing. Put that aside for a minute. And let's open up the rest of this. All right, try to get some better scissors. Yeah, that's much better. And these will be the brackets. And also we got a packet of the screws. And these are the BM screws. You can see the thicker bracket. And we get the thinner bracket. And we've got two of those. It's going to go for the, to help bring the ring to a close. And that's everything that's in parts pack number 15. All right. That brings up parts pack number 16. And there's not a lot in this parts pack. You can see we got the Shuttle Bay Doors. Let's open this up. And we got another piece of the pie. This lovely metal. I'm wondering if this is the section that the secondary hull is going to be attached to. But we'll see when we do the build. And we have, let's get the Shuttle Bay Doors. Look at that, huh? So these are Shuttle Bay Doors 1 and 2. Oh, it's backwards. Nice. It'd be nice if they opened up, but they don't. All right. Now we got screw, BM screws. And what are these? These are BP. I'm thinking it's the BP that holds the Shuttle Bay Doors in place. And there wasn't a lot in this parts pack, so that was everything in parts pack number 16. Okay, let's go on to parts pack number 17. And we got a couple of interesting things in this. I'll show you guys the back. Okay, and this looks like this is going to be the last piece of the upper skeleton for the primary hull. You can see the opening Probably, like I said, with the other one, possibly where the secondary hull is going to go. Don't know yet. Let's see what else we got. Let's just take everything out. Nice. So we have another part of the bracing for the primary hull. And this looks like that section that brings it together. And that would be in front of the where the secondary hull meets. And this feels like metal as well. Let's see. We've got BM screws. There are a lot there, so. And you can see, I don't know if you guys can see the Aztecing on that. Very pretty. You can see magnets underneath. And that brings us to the battle bridge. You can see it's got the 3 pins. And I want to make sure you guys can see the Aztecing. I never really noticed the battle bridge before in the series. But that was everything in parts pack number 17. Okay, that moves us on to parts pack number 18. You can see we got more windows, and we got that beautiful section of the hull. So, can't wait to get this open. Alright, let's get this out. And there are several sections, and this one actually, this is part of a tray that opens up. And we've got one of those reflector panels. You can see where the LEDs are going to go. And looks like we have 2 of those. Let's see if you can see the writing that's on it. And let's see, this is metal. You can see we're going to be putting more windows in. You can see the Aztecing, very nice. And now, this is really nice. Look at that. And this is metal. You can see NCC-1701 Enterprise. And where I showed you guys the other parts with the magnets, that's where this is going to attach. So I guess the battle bridge will come off. Look at that detail. You can see the phasers. Love it. Beautiful. You can see all the screw holes. So that's really exciting. And what else we have in here? We have the lights. So there are 2 sections of small lights with 2 each. You can see the alligator clips that are going to go into the circuit board. And let's see what else is in this. We have windows. Let's get the tray out of the way. And it looks like there are more screws. So we've got the dark sections of the dark rooms, the darked out windows. And we have the clear. And you guys can see, it looks like there are different, okay, this time we have DM screws. And that looks like everything that's in part 18. So that, my friends, is everything That's in build number 5. I wanted to show you guys in detail everything that you get for this wonderful build. And this is number 5, and it came with parts pack numbers 15, 16, 17, and 18. So my friends, I'll be doing the build video, very, very, very soon, because I don't want to make these run on forever. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon.